Okay, cough. Hello. Alright, so we're just gonna do the defense replays real quick. I decided that I wasn't gonna do like a full video like last time because this is the same defense that I ran the week before, so really nothing, I didn't change anything, it's just the same defense. So it should not come as too much of a surprise. But then also, I didn't really get to go over um, all of the elements that were in the defense from the last replay. So I figured this is the best way to do it. And also, I don't want. There's the whole voice line situation where the English voice lines aren't like in the game, and I kind of wanted to have the voice lines for Duo Elir if I was gonna make a video about it to be in the video. Not having the voice lines for Duo Elir would have been a drawback for me. The English voice lines, to be specific. But yeah, we're just gonna do this the old-fashioned way, no bells and whistles this time. Just what you see is what you get, and don't be upset about it. We're gonna go through this, and also I think it would have been a lot faster. This is going to be a lot faster than if I were to do a video. It would have taken a lot longer because there are a couple of matches in here that are a little bit drawn out, and it might not be the most entertaining thing to sit through. So just to spare you all that bit of nonsense, we're just going to do this as it's seen here. So we got Hector here covered by Farsave. Let me just double check. I actually did not. Okay, yeah, it's Farsave. And actually, let me turn on the replays, the animations there. I forgot to do that. Should I back out and go back in? I mean, you already saw the outcome, and I guess probably what's the most interesting thing from that combat is that I was able to loop the Miracle. So I got Miracle twice on Saline, but you'll see that, I guess, further on in the replays as they play out. That's not the first time that happened, or the last time that it'll happen. This match was particularly interesting. If I had Hardy Bearing on this Elir, he would have soloed this, but that is not the case. What this one boiled down to is, I think they were just not able to get through any of my units. They don't really have any nukes that can actually do anything to Hector, and they can't do anything for Mortis here, so it's just pretty much a stalemate. As you will see, Shield Fighter from Mortis punching into Hector, although it's no damage, he does no damage back, even with the Great Ether. Remember when I said we need to get to a point in the game where you can just tank the Great Ether? Yeah, 5 months later. And the benefits of running 4 Mortis is that you can just end someone's action, and Nithauger's action got ended there, and they just realized that, yep, we're probably not going to get through this, and they just gave up, which I'm okay with. That is the intended outcome. That's exactly what should happen there. We have Elamine false starting Shez, or attempting to, but it doesn't actually happen because Saline is a thing. Here we got the rest of the team. Layla, very, very popular unit. I don't know if it was just accidental pickups because people are trying to get ruined, but everyone has Layla. I don't know. Is it the undefended, or is she just that popular in terms of character? It's kind of bizarre, but yeah, pretty much everyone has her, and I mean, I also have her as well, so I'm not excluded from that, but a lot of people seem to have pulled for her, either in an attempt to get Rune or just pulled for her herself as a unit, and she's deservingly so. She's not bad. And there you see, this was the formation that the team, or this is the formation that the defense takes once it shuffles forward. You do not want your team to break formation, and they've done a good job so far of remaining steadily within the confines of the layout, and I do do. I really do. I really like the fact that they're able to do that. It took quite a lot of planning for the defense to just stay, like, for Mortis was being such a pain, and that's why Sedith is locked, because if for Mortis I can't, well, for Mortis isn't a bonus unit, but then also I would have lost out on too much score if I had let for Mortis be, Sedith had to be the one that was locked, so that allowed for Mortis to then pivot over whoever ends up on that trap tile there. It just worked out perfectly. Hector was the one that was the most annoying because he was getting too far ahead of the play because he's the only one that was really taking advantage of the Divine Nectar effect, and he always goes first. I'm not sure if it was because of his health, how much HP he had, or I don't know what it was, but he always went first. For Mortis never moves first in this defensive layout, or before Hector. He never moves before Hector. Don't know why. They just do what they do. I think it's something to do with the HP, the AI HP. Yeah, don't have a blue unit on my defense that can actually take out this Hector, which is, I'm okay with that. It's not really set up to take him out, it's really just to slow him down. And what's the most interesting thing here is that he didn't get his guaranteed follow-up, which is really the worst thing in the world. He's getting it now, but he didn't get it against Shez. And that's how he wasn't able to KO her. If she had died, that would have been really bad because I wouldn't have gotten the debuffs on him, which needed to happen. So there's the miracle. And then we get to take him out because of the Defra's -7 that hit him with the Shez combat. That's how we got the GGs for this one, I believe, unless they kept playing here. I don't think they did, but I think this should be, yeah, GGs for this one. And yeah, we just keep going. First three went through pretty quickly. First few of them went through pretty quickly. Most people just... Once Hector and For Mortis get all the way down, you're really just not getting through unless you have some type of triangle attack to break Hector. Some type of triangle attack blue unit. Not one... Well, pretty much Chrom. Probably have to be either Chrom or Micaiah. Yeah, no one else comes to mind. You really would need one of those two to actually break this particular bonus Hector. Even though he doesn't have like 80 or, you know, he can get up to, I've seen him get up to 90, which is just insane. But yeah, that's really what you would need to get through here. I am really I wasn't like unaware of how good Lucina is, this Ninja Lucina, but that B skill, Detect, plus what Future Focus does, the combination, and the fact that Future Focus actually gives you additional stats in combat, or I think, yeah, it's in combat, it combos so well with Detect. It's just, they really designed, like, they like threw everything at this Lucina, that Ninja Lucina, to make her actually a usable unit. And I really appreciate it, because I don't see her like becoming bad anytime soon. The stat swings are just like insane, in terms of what she's capable of. Like, she can literally help you win a match, and it's just so good. Yeah, still in formation. I guess probably there are a couple of units that are exposed, like Shez. You can probably get to her, but that's not the worst case in the world. The team is set up for Shez to die because I can't cover everyone with Far Save with this specific layout. There's always someone exposed, but I set it up so that even if Shez dies, everyone else can get in and get something done. And you're gonna see it in a little bit. That's exactly what's gonna happen. There you go. Let's talk a little bit about Divinely Inspiring. So, Alir, I think, what happened there was, in that particular matchup, no miracle because of Ather. That's what happened there. So yeah, Divinely Inspiring. Alir's status effect is going to age very well. Not particularly on him, But the next Ather, I don't think they're going to give that to anyone aside from Ather. I don't think so. Yeah, the next version of Ather that he comes out on, he is going to perform extremely well with that skill. Maybe even on the legendary version. I wonder if they're going to do that. I don't know, maybe. Do you think that they'll give a status effect to... Have they done that before? Makai didn't get one. Faye didn't get one. I'm trying to think. Eitri got Schism, but that's not real. That's a debuff. A whole status effect. I don't know. I'm wondering, like, he would perform really well with it. One of the biggest problems with the dragon versions of Ather is that they don't do a lot of damage. The damage output falls off very quickly, and Divinely Inspired would actually kind of help out a ton with that. Yeah, so the big thing about it is the fact that it actually gives the defensive special jump, and that's one of the big things that is able to help Celine perform so well in some of the matchups that she would normally lose because she isn't running no follow-up, so she gets Miracle 2 times in one combat, and that's actually not something that's easy to pull off. It's kind of like mimicking Shield Fighter but for a mage, if you think about it. She does a lot of times meet the speed requirements to quad, which is mandatory. She pretty much needs to quad to get it to work, but fantastic unit. Fantastic support skill, Divinely Inspired. It definitely is going to age very, very well. I don't know what other unit you would put it on aside from Ather. Kind of seems like an Ather thing. No other unit comes to mind that would have that particular special. So not special, bonus effect. So I guess he's going to be the only one with that for quite some time. But it's not the end of the world. It's not the world. I was able to this crazy thing. I actually went to 4 sparks on that banner, the Christmas banner, even though I said I wouldn't. But yeah, pulling 4 extra copies of Female Shez, in particular, got me up to 3 sparks, and I just decided to just do the last one just to get that last copy of Hortensia, so that I could fodder that to Hortensia, Ice Lock to Hortensia, and then I have a rearmed Hortensia that I still haven't used her for anything. So she has Ice Lock, Glitter of Light, and whatever else she comes with that I can just fodder off to a healer that I build in the future, but none really come to mind at the moment. I kind of like the one from the Genealogy, the latest healer that we've gotten. I think she hits decently hard, but I don't see myself really using her for offense. I don't know. I'd probably swap her for Tina, but I think Tina might just be better overall. I don't know, because I was going through Tina's weapon again, and I realized that it actually has oh, this is actually done. They time out. Yeah, they time out. My bad for letting that run so long. I was going through Tina's weapon, and I actually realized that she had a rain effect. So she gives -4 to all stat within 3x3. So that's actually really like good for offensive teams, which I didn't notice that she did. So I think I was giving Fallen Maria the edge over Tina in terms of, like, I was just like, in my mind I was thinking that Fallen Maria is the better unit because Miracle plus stats. I mean, how can she not be good? Here we go sniping Ches again because she is free to snipe. I really just couldn't cover her. Well, I could, but it would break the formation and Ather wouldn't do the Ather thing properly. But yeah, enough of that. I was saying that, what was I saying? Jeez, lost my train of thought there. Female Shez also gives special acceleration, and it works really well on this team in particular because of the Miracle that I'm running on Celine, but that's a separate thing. I was saying something else before. I completely forgot. They don't have enough debuffs here to get the Embla thing to work. That's what's happening. Not enough coverage. I don't know, you could probably drop Hector, but I guess he's there because he's a bonus unit, so not a lot of options there. I hate the fact that I completely forgot what I was talking about. I literally can't remember. All right, let's change the topic and continue. Well, the topic's already changed. I'm just gonna have to continue. I don't know how he was able to take out this Hector, but not the other one. Peculiar. Or maybe no, I don't think my Stone Terrain overrid theirs. This is what I was saying earlier about my Hector being really aggressive. He's kind of like Fjorm in that regards, but I prefer him being aggressive as opposed to Ice Fjorm. She was literally just dying whenever she attacked because Shield Fighter doesn't interact well into melee combat if you're a far save. Whereas this Hector is running an armored skill. I forget whether it's Beacon or Flow. Beacon. So that does something for him in normal combat as well, as opposed to Shield Fighter doing nothing. This was I saw this one, and this was really interesting because Sita here is gonna tank Shez, which really shouldn't happen. She loses the speed check, so she really should just die because, yeah, even though I'm not getting effective damage, there is just a ton of damage reduction here that I'm really surprised that Sita was able to get it off. Probably a lot of it down to the bonus doubler here from Jimbro. But yeah, she really should not have lived that combat. It was quite surprising that she did. So what happens from here is, because Sita lived, the team breaks formation, which is bad. Not only that, but I think Celine suicides at some point, if I remember correctly. And yeah, not the greatest thing. Yeah, here it is. Celine suiciding. Not the greatest thing for me.
With all my heart.
If they attacked this with Ather, the outcome would have been the same as well. Because Ather would have quad and yeah. Oh, this is what led to the loss. I lost the status effect from Ather. I was very surprised that he failed to take out Jimbro here. I mean, even though it does say 99 damage, I didn't think he'd get one shot.
For this.
Okay, it was also really close, 62. So he didn't get the last 2 hits in. I think those would have finished him off. Cleanse penalties, because my dual unit is gone. And yeah, don't win the speed check. To get the effective damage, I am fast enough to not get double, but not fast enough to... But then also she's just gonna die because Brave hits. That's really the counter to the Shez. Brave hits. I love the fact that she has Christmas Shez. I love the fact that she has the flat damage reduction. I think Legendary Shez will also get some type of flat damage reduction in her refine. I think it's only natural given the stage of the game that we're in. I don't know what else they'll give her though. I don't think she'll get the Incited, but I do think it's possible for her to get the special acceleration per hit, even though she already has that in her weapons. I don't think she's gonna need that status effect. I don't know what they'll give her. Maybe no follow-up. Maybe no. I don't think they'll give her no follow-up. I think they're gonna leave that as it. Leave her without no follow-up, but she's gonna get a really good refine and remix when it does happen. It's already 19 minutes. Jesus, got so many more replays to go through. Let's wrap this one up. The main units are gone. Sita pretty much can solo the rest of this map because armor effective damage into Hector, no follow-up from Ashira. Not a problem for Sita to solo this. She pretty much GG's from there. I've already lost. Well played. Very surprised that Sita tanked that. I personally would have done that because I know Sita's matchup into Shez, and typically Sita loses that fight. But here we got the next one here. First interaction or encounter with New Year's Neathogger. I personally wouldn't have brought her to this particular matchup because I know how strong Shez is versus her. But bring what you got. You bring what you got and you hope it works. That's pretty much how it works. But as you can see here, 99 times 4. Yeah, that's how that one panned out. And also the Saline warping in here. Very good unit. We need more units that do 3 space. It doesn't even have to be 3 space. At least cleansing on some degree as to what Frey can do. Because only 2 of them in the game is not enough. Not counting Freyr, of course. I didn't realize that we'd get to... I didn't think we'd get to a point where we need more units like Freyr to be in the game. It's kind of crazy. Here we have someone who's been able to equip Gale Force on Hearthvulgar, and it is at 4 cooldown, which is not ideal. You don't want this. Yes, she does a ton of damage, so you would think that it makes sense to run Gale Force on her, but I don't think she has... Does she? Tempo, 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 tempo. Tempo, tempo. Does the special jump work with her Gale Force? Or is it only for specials like offensive specials like Nimble Beast? Neutralize Guard. Tempo, okay. So she can probably get down to 2, but that still isn't it. Well, it's 3 currently. Okay, she can probably do it. Is she a replacement for Chrom? That's what I want. Ideally, I want someone to replace Brave Chrom, because I run Brave Chrom on pretty much all of my offensive teams, and not that he's showing his age or anything, it's just I want to replace him. I don't know, I think they made a misplay here, misclick or something, because of course this isn't where you want to end your turn. More than likely a misclick.
Impossible mission.
Yeah. But Gale Force on... I think Hearthvulgar is better off just doing big damage, which doesn't really... That's not conducive to a Gale Force team, because also you need all the actions that you... all the action economy that you can get from a Gale Force team, and she just doesn't have... I don't really see myself using her as a Gale Force unit, is ultimately what I'm trying to say. I also don't know what to do with that Hortensia. Christmas Hortensia, even though she has DR halving, she can pierce DR, damage reduction, doesn't hit hard enough for it to actually matter. Into the far saves, at least. Doesn't hit hard enough for it to matter. So this is a pretty straightforward win here. Save units, tank everything. Not a lot to, yeah, not a lot to expect from this one. You can pretty much imagine what's going to happen here. Oh, I think this is probably the best opportunity to see the double miracle proc if you missed it before. So there's the first one. And there's the second one.
That's the stuff.
So Divinely Inspiring does help, but I think she has Flashing Blade in her A skill and then Tempo. So that's 2 and 2 each time. So she's always able to get the miracle back up. I don't think there's another unit that can... Well, I mean, of course, first off, you would need to be you need to have the brave hits to do that. But yeah, no one really does it as well as Saline, I want to say. Maybe Ishtar could do it. Ascended Ishtar. But I don't know where I would put... Well, she doesn't need tempo. She already has that in her weapon, so... Yeah, you could probably get it done on Ascended Ishtar and run Miracle just the same. I think that's probably a good substitute that you could use, but you, of course, wouldn't have the cleansing and the healing afterwards. Don't know what... I wonder what they'll do with Ascended Ears Refine seems pretty straightforward. It's more than likely just going to be more damage, of course. I can definitely see that happening. Celica is falling off because also more damage. Being a colorless unit, she needs a lot of true damage. I think at most she was probably going to get 20. Well, by the time she gets refined, maybe it'll be 25, hopefully. That's really what she's looking for, because Legendary Celica has true damage in her B skill, or is it her weapon? I forget which, and that's what makes her so good. But yeah, Ascended Celica needs some more true damage or just stats overall to do more damage, especially because she's colorless. So that's an easy refine to predict. But I really don't know what they're going to do with Ishtar. She's a peculiar one. She already has tempo, but I don't know what else they'll do. Stats, of course, but a lot seems to be needed there. And yeah, let's stop this one here. Can I already figure out what's going to happen? Alright, sorry about that. Had to take a break there. I was feeling lightheaded. Like I felt like I was gonna pass out. Jeez, I was talking so much. No, already showed this one. My bad. This was, yeah, okay, so that loss was the one that we showed last. Did I show this replay as well? Yeah, we showed this one as well. Didn't want to skip anyone. So we're at the last one. Alright, so this is the last one for... I think we'll probably get one more to bring it to 11. And as I said before, Shez here in the corner is free. She's not covered by Far Save. The choice was either to let this unit be exposed to Felix, or to let them be exposed to Lyn. And I chose Lyn because if you get through with Felix here, then you have access to Saline, and Saline is kind of important to how this team functions. So Lyn it is. So yeah, Lyn snipes this unit consistently. It's just set up that way, but she can't really do anything to the rest of the team setup. So that's what you're going to see here as well. I think I was saying earlier, oh, this was probably the thought that I forgot to continue. Fallen Maria versus Tina. And I was giving Fallen Maria the edge because she has that miracle effect, but really the miracle is a one and done type of trick. Whereas Tina, you get consistent support for all of the remaining turns. So it's not just the one combat or the whatever combat you get into that Tina is good at, that you're going to be able to use Tina for. Granted, I've noticed that the bonus stealing doesn't work on the first turn on offense for Tina. You get it on turn 2, so that's a drawback. But you still get the rain support, I guess would be the best way to call it. The -4 to all stat within 3x3. You still get that because that's just in her weapon. And then also, for me, I equipped her with glittering lights. That's what it's called, I think. The one that gives flash. So basically, as I said, the only thing better than getting hit is not getting hit. And that's what flash allows you to do. So you just avoid getting hit. So it doesn't matter if the armored unit has Hardy Bearing or whatever the case may be. You can just attack and be, okay. It only doesn't work against Fjorm, and that's probably the only advantage that Fallen Maria has over Tina, because that's when you would really need the miracle. But otherwise, I feel like Tina is just as good, but then, if not better, personally, I feel better. But then for teams that are just spawn camping, like I guess you want to say probably what PM1 did in his most recent Ether Rays replays. Yeah, if you're just spawn camping and you're not moving, then Tina would really be your go-to for those situations. So here's what we're looking for, or looking at, for the next upcoming season, which is light and dark. Nicely lined up for Lynn and Neathhogger to be bonus at the same time. That really is what you don't want Neathhogger to be bonus by herself. I didn't realize that Lynn hadn't gotten her bonus rotation yet. So it's really good that both of them are aligned. And also we got Tina as well to look forward to. So I'm interested to see what people cook up with for the next upcoming season. And then after that, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Chaos season. I think we're back to version 1 at that point, and then that means it's going to be light and dark season again. So no more Astra season for a while. I think like 3 weeks before we get back to Astra season. And then by then, we won't have Neathhogger being bonus anymore. So it'll be interesting to see how she performs once she's no longer bonus, if people still bring her around. But I guess you'll have Blue Neathhogger at that time as a substitute. So I guess it shouldn't be the end of the world, but I also think we're going to get some type of green far save. It should be close to the Valentine's banner at that point, and I think I'm highly anticipating a green far save or a colorless far save that is 2 range. I don't know if it's going to be a bow or a mage, but I'm definitely anticipating a far save on the Valentine's banner, if not before. But we'll see how that pans out. Probably going to run... I don't know if I'm going to keep this defense, this Astra Anima defense. Well, I mean, by then it might just not work anymore because Shez won't be bonus and then Hector won't be bonus. And I also want to figure out a way to get Freyr in here. Man, I hate that that's a thing, but I don't know how to... it's really annoying. I don't want to put that many... He's kind of like he doesn't offer me enough on offense for me to feature him. He doesn't offer enough offensive pressure for me to put him on my defense, even though he's really good. He just doesn't get it done the way that Celine does or Micaiah does. You know, you're guaranteed getting a kill with either one of those two, whereas Freyr's damage output has really fallen off. So I really would just like another Micaiah or Celine that does what, you know, Freyr does, another Freyr pretty much. But as I said before, Freyr is the hot chick on the block right now. He is very, very high in demand. This is probably one of the few defenses, I think the only one that I've seen, that has successfully incorporated Freyr in a way where he covers everyone. But the trade-off is that your saves, one of the saves, isn't covering everyone, and in this situation it's Sigurd, so you know that's a spot that you can potentially get in on. I'm assuming this trap is real because, I mean, why else would you not just leave your Sigurd exposed? +5 and all, defense, 65 HP is a lot, but I mean, probably not gonna KO someone that's attacking into you like Thor, who would more than likely be the one taking that kill. So yeah, it's very difficult to do. The question of whether you want to have all of your units covered, it's basically the Felix trade that I was talking about before. Do you want to be exposed to Felix, or do you want to be exposed to Lynn? And he's chosen Felix in this situation. Felix has a good matchup into the Sigurd, so or Sigurd has a good matchup into Felix, the other way around. Or, well, probably the other way around as well, since adaptive damage on Felix, 26 res, Felix will more than likely win if he's able to get the second hit off. But yeah, choose your poison. It's really what it is. Yeah, really, that's really what it boils down to. Choose your poison. I guess you could have blocked off Felix with the Fortress instead, but then Lin would have been exposed. So where do you put Hector? Too many variables, man. Way too many variables to consider. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I wanted to show. CJ here did not meet the rank 1 goal, or yeah, he doesn't care anymore. He's still running. He's been running this defense for, I want to say, the past 3 to 4 months. Whenever Nithaugar came out, he's been running the same defense, and it's just been working, and why change it, you know? I think this is probably the first time that he hasn't hit rank 1 in a very long time, so it is what it is. And it wasn't by much either. It looks like just 1 match loss. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just rambling at this point. Looking forward to playing some Grand Conquest. Really do enjoy that game mode. I just gotta equip the seals and stuff, and see how that pans out. Should be fun. And what is it? Today's the 14th. Now I think they should have a stream later on. Oh no, tomorrow. It's scheduled for the 14th, so that's tomorrow, Tuesday. So yeah, and that's about that. Trying to see if I can. Are we getting a banner? I think we should be getting a banner soon, if not this week. But yeah, I'm already starting to set up for light season. The teams have not changed very much. This one will probably go. I think I was saying before that her Spellger doesn't need to be the 7th slot unit for this team. She doesn't really offer anything there. I do think I'm going to be doing something with Bridget for light season. She's definitely going to feature heavily. Don't know how I'm going to put the team together yet. This is just something that I've been thinking of. But yeah, that's pretty much it. GG's. See you in the next video.